I've never seen a World Cup group stage like this. This is my 6th World Cup. 20 years, 1998. This group stage, I've never seen anything like this in my life. Not just today, but this is pretty much the straw that broke the camel's back. This World Cup, this group stage has been unlike anything. And I just hope it gets better from here in the knockout phase. I hope it doesn't simmer down once the group phase ends. I just hope it doesn't, because this is on track. This is on track to be one of the best tournaments of all time. Oh, I don't even know where to start. Where do I even start? Where do I even start? Okay. First of all, South Korea. What a way to go out. If you're going to go out, you make sure you grab the leg of the world champion and drag them down with you. Has there ever been a more badass way to be eliminated? South Korea, they had a slim chance of coming through. They needed to beat Germany and hope that Mexico beats Sweden. And indeed, if Mexico had beaten Sweden, I think South Korea, mathematically, they would have gone through. Am I right? That's fucking crazy. But anyway, what South Korea did in this match, it's just outstanding, because they could have went out, they could have gotten drubbed with 0 points, and you would have had a three-way tie with 3 teams with 6 points each. What South Korea did in this match is it's heroic. I'm so happy. I'm so happy Song Heung-min scored. And Neuer, you can't really blame Neuer from leaving his net, because at that point Germany were desperate. They needed to push numbers forward, get 2 goals once South Korea took the lead off the corner. But it was just a wide open net, and he tucked it away. 2-0. South Korea beat Germany, the defending world champions, 2-0. We said South Korea were one of the weakest teams heading into this tournament, and they are one of the weakest teams, but for them to put the world champions to the sword and give Mexico an absolutely storybook, unexpected lifeline is absolutely what the World Cup is all about. I said before the World Cup started, I said Germany, they looked like they were lacking something, because their form coming in from recent friendlies suggested that they had dipped a bit. I still gave them the benefit of the doubt. I picked Germany to advance. I had Germany getting to the final, not winning the final, thank God. But I had them getting to the final. This was in their hands, and for some reason they couldn't score. Hummels missed a sitter of a header. It deflected off his shoulder. Chance after chance after chance. Julian Brandt, Thomas Müller, Mario Gomez, but it just wasn't in the cards. It wasn't in the cards for Germany, was it? And for South Korea to contain them for 80-plus minutes and still show that initiative to want to go ahead and grab the goal and win, they had several chances too. This German defense, they look suspect. They looked very suspect across this whole group stage. And even when they beat Sweden, when Toni Kroos got them the last gasp winner, you still thought to yourself, well, hold on, this doesn't solve Germany's problems. You know, they're not necessarily going to rise from the dead after this, because that defense still looks suspect. And it still looks suspect against Sweden, especially when Sweden went on the counter. It definitely looks suspect when Mexico went on the counter in the first Group F match a week or so ago. So South Korea capitalized, and Song Heung-min could have scored 2 or 3 times in this match. But South Korea, they had trouble with finishing up until that corner. And when that corner came, such drama, especially when it went to VAR review, because Mexican fans in the Sweden game, they were being alerted of what was going on. This is why the last 2 games are played at the same time. So there's no collusion or whatever, but it adds to that drama, though. And Mexican fans, when the decision for South Korea's goal went to VAR, their hearts stopped. My heart stopped. And when it was confirmed, that was the nail in the coffin for Germany, because then they would need 2 goals in stoppage time. And then South Korea goes ahead. Neuer leaves his net wide open on that long lob all the way up to Song Heung-min just to tuck it away. That was the nail in the coffin, and Mexico had been bailed out of jail. Now let's talk about the Mexico-Sweden game. Sweden, a lot of credit. I don't think they are the best team in this group, but they were the smartest team in this group. The way Jan Andersson had them lined up tactically, I said the blueprint for this Swedish team heading into this tournament, their manager, Jan Andersson, he's the go-to guy, one of the most brilliant managers in this tournament. They sat back, they absorbed Mexico's pressure, they sought to punish him on the counter. And what's his name? Augustinsson. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Augustinsson getting the opener for Sweden in the 53rd minute. That came right on the counter when Mexico was pushing forward. And Mexico let themselves exposed, and then it just got ugly from there. Mexico were just capitulated, and Sweden went on a rout, and they won this game 3-0. And credit to Sweden, because when you have a side that is individually not very as talented compared to previous Swedish teams of years past, you have to play to your strengths. And this was a collective effort for Sweden, a very well-managed Sweden team, and they played to their strengths, which is counter and set pieces on aerial positions. And whenever, Sweden won a corner, they won a free kick, they threatened the Mexican goal time and time again. But hats off to Sweden, because they've moved on. Sweden has finally moved on from the Zlatan Ibrahimovic era, and they win the group. Sweden wins the group with 6 points, a +2 or +3 goal difference. The only team in this group to finish with a plus goal difference, and that's incredible. Sweden wins this group. Sweden wins. The way they've responded to going down the 2-1 to Germany, the come-from-behind loss, it's really admirable. They don't need Zlatan. Zlatan's great, but Sweden, really proud, really proud of them. And from Mexico's perspective, well, they got found out today. They didn't respond well to going down to 1-0. Like I said, they completely fell apart, and then the floodgates opened and Sweden scored. I did think Mexico were the better team in the first half. The first half, Mexico were the better team. But Mexico, they've been great in this World Cup so far. They were great against Germany. They were great against South Korea. They still deserve to advance because they beat the world champion in the first game, just as South Korea did in this game. And then they get 6 points from their first 2 games. They only needed a draw to win the group, not just advance, but they only needed a draw to win the group. And they lost. But here's the thing about Mexico. When Mexico was down 2-0, the way the math on the table works is if they had scored a goal to pull one back, and let's say they're losing 2-1, Germany would have then had to score 2 goals, because if the best thing for Germany would have been for Mexico to lose by a 1-0, or a loss that's greater than 1-0 where Mexico does not score. So if Mexico had pulled one back and it was 2-1, Germany would then have needed 2 goals, a 2-0 victory over South Korea because of the number of goals scored rule. But when Sweden bagged the third, it was so much drama. So much drama, because at that point Mexico had to score 2. Or they had to hope that South Korea would deny Germany and hold them to a draw. You see this whole tricky thing? How mathematics in World Cup groups work? It's a mess, man. It's drama. But Mexico, you should be spicing up those tamales with kimchi tonight. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You put some put some duck sauce on those enchiladas, because you got bailed out here. I agree. I believe Mexico deserved to advance just because of their overall performance in this group, the way they completely dominated Germany last week, the way they completely dominated South Korea. They deserve to go through, but they got lucky today. And I already gave praise to Sweden. very much congratulations. Group F winners. And now Sweden is on the more lenient side of the bracket now with Russia, Croatia. Yes, I know Croatia, Spain, but the other side of the bracket has Portugal, Argentina, France, Uruguay, and now Mexico. So the left side of the bracket looks hellacious compared to the right side of the bracket. So from Sweden's perspective, you'd rather be there. But hats off to Sweden for doing this, for winning this group. It's absolutely incredible. If you were to compare all three teams in this group, talent-wise, I think I would put Sweden like third, but I mean, that's why we play these games. We play this game because paper doesn't mean jack shit. Paper doesn't mean shit. It's all what happens on the pitch. And for South Korea, salute. Salute. Song Heung-min was devastated last week. He wanted to avoid military service. He was crying backstage after they lost to Mexico 2-1. And the South Korean president, President Moon, he was there to console him. But I'm so glad, even though South Korea is eliminated, I'm so glad they got this win because it's a huge morale booster to go out that way. They went out like a champion. By defeating the defending champion, they went out like a champion. So if you're going to be eliminated, that's the best possible way to be eliminated. And actually, South Korea is now finished third in the group. Germany have finished bottom because South Korea has a better goal difference than Germany. So South Korea actually finishes third in Group F. Germany, the defending champions, not just eliminated, they are bottom of Group F when they could have won Group F today. With a decisive victory over South Korea, like many of us predicted, I thought Germany were going to win this 4-1. That was my prediction, 4-1 to Germany. I thought Germany was going to finish top of this group. So, from Germany's perspective, massive letdown. The World Cup curse strikes again. The last 3 world champions in a row have been eliminated in the subsequent World Cup group stage, and that makes it 4 of the last 5 winners. France in 2002, Italy in 2010, Spain in 2014, Germany in 2018. 4 of the last 5, all of them European, except Brazil in 2002. That's incredible. That is bonkers. And you know what's a crazy statistic? I'll give you 2 more crazy statistics. Germany, up until today, 64-year record is broken because Germany have always reached the last 8 in the World Cup since 1954. My father was born in 1954, actually. 1954. The last time, 1954. Since 1954, Germany has always finished in the top 8 position. And they're out. They're gone. That is unbelievable. That is wacky. What an era of consistency has ended, and possibly an era of Joachim Löw as well, because I like Joachim Löw. Okay, you're going to make fun of my pronunciation of his name. I'm not German. Give me a break. I like the guy. I think he's a good manager. It would be really sad for his tenure to end this way because I think he's done great things with this team. I really do. I hope. I mean, if he has to go, then go. But if he doesn't have to go, and he still has something to contribute managerial wise for this team, I say stay. I like Joachim Löw. He's a cool guy. He's a cool cat. So, and here's another statistic. I told you I would give you 3 mind-blowing statistics. Here's number 2. Here's number 3. Up until today, only 3 countries in the world have advanced past the group stages of the World Cup in the last 7 consecutive World Cups. Only 3 countries. Germany, Brazil and Mexico. Mexico came close to having their round of 16 streak broken, screeching halt. But it turned out it was Germany's streak that ended. So now only Brazil and Mexico hold that record, which is quite incredible because Germany and Brazil are the two most successful World Cup nations of all time. And the only other country in the world that shares that statistic with them is Mexico. No, not France, not Spain, not Argentina, not Italy, not the Netherlands, not Belgium, not England. Mexico. And now it's Brazil and Mexico. And, you know, if Brazil don't advance today, my God, then Mexico's just alone in that statistic. But overall, anyway, I'm just trying to give you a reaction from each of the four teams' perspectives. Well done to South Korea. Well done to Sweden. Yes, still well done to Mexico. But Germany, man. This is a crazy World Cup. I said at the beginning of this video, this is the craziest World Cup I've seen in my lifetime. I didn't give South Korea a chance. I said Germany, this is like a walk. This is like a given. This is a given for Germany. They're going to win this game. But my God. My God. This World Cup is amazing. This might go down as the best World Cup ever.